Wubin asked her if she needed anything. Yuna told him that she had bought him a hat and smiled as she explained that she saw people selling them and thought it would look good on him. She added that she had also bought herself a similar hat, hoping they could match. Wubin listened quietly, feeling guilty as she spoke with so much enthusiasm. He told her that she didn't have to do that and that he needed to rest. He opened his room and went in, and Yuna followed him. She immediately stood in front of him and asked if he was okay, pointing out that he had suddenly changed and had gone back to being cold towards her. Looking at the hat, she said that if he didn't like it, she could get a different color. Wubin, snapping, grabbed the hat from her and told her it wasn't about the hat. Moving closer and almost in tears, he explained that she had just found out he was in love with someone else and that he had been thinking about that person all this time. Yet she wasn't concerned about that. He said she should be angry at him for using her to get over someone else, but instead, she was busy buying matching outfits. Yuna stood there silently, saying nothing. Wubin told her he was being unfair to her and that she was still young. He believed she should be out dating around instead of focusing on a grown man like him, who had baggage. He added that he was still trying to sort out his emotions and didn't want to waste her time. Moving even closer, he told her that it wasn't too late for her to walk away and be free, because he had a lot to deal with on his own. Yuna continued to say nothing. She suddenly rushed over to him and wrapped her arms around him tightly. With tears in her eyes, she told him she was willing to wait and be with him while he figured out his feelings. She said that if being with her helped him forget someone else, she was willing to give herself to him for that. She added that he was the only man she had always had her eyes on and that she didn't want to let him go. She pleaded with him to trust her and open up to her, saying she was willing to be there for him. Wubin looked at her and asked if she had really heard what he said. He told her not to degrade herself like that or fight for a man who was still healing. Yuna told him she was aware of his feelings for Minsu and understood that he didn't want to be with her but was just trying to get over her. She said she could help him move on and that they could work on it together as a couple. Wubin looked at her and nodded in agreement. He told her that he needed to be alone for a moment. Yuna agreed and told him she was going for dinner with Minsu and Sonjin and that he could join them whenever he was ready. She walked out. Wubin got into bed, lay there for a while, and eventually drifted off to sleep. Minsu sat alone at the dinner area waiting for Yuna and Wubin. She thought about how they were supposed to be having fun and bonding during the vacation, but things hadn't gone as planned. Wubin's friend spotted her sitting alone and approached her. He greeted her and said it was nice to bump into her again. Minsu returned the greeting. Looking at the ring on her finger, he commented that Sonjin was lucky to have married her. Minsu smiled without saying anything. Moving a bit closer, he asked her why they were treating Wubin the way they were. He stated that Wubin was a good person with a good heart and didn't deserve to be treated like that. Minsu replied that she didn't understand what he meant. He told her that they all knew how Wubin felt about her, yet they kept rubbing salt in his wounds. He said that since things hadn't worked out between her and Wubin, they should at least give him some space to heal instead of bringing him on a vacation, knowing she and Sonjin would flaunt their relationship. Minsu laughed slightly, finding his statement ridiculous. She replied that no one was forcing Wubin to do anything, and that if he truly wanted space, he had the free will to avoid them and heal in peace. Just as the guy was about to respond, Yuna arrived.